My greatest ambition in life is to become immortal and then die.
Devenir immortel, et puis mourir.
C'est magnifique. So weird. Hey guys, today on What to Watch Before You Die, it's director Jean-Luc Godard's Breathless. Anti-hero Michelle, the narcissistic car thief and wannabe gangster, panics and impulsively kills a police officer when he's caught in a bind. The movie then follows Michelle's attempts to convince Patricia, a young American girl who's hoping to become a journalist while selling copies of the New York Herald Tribune, to run away to Italy with him. Here's why to watch.
New York Herald Tribune! New York Herald Tribune!
Est-ce que tu m'accompagnes à Rome? Oui, cet idiot, je t'aime.
Iconic director Jean-Luc Godard has famously said all you need to make a movie is a girl and a gun. That pretty much sums up Breathless. The movie epitomizes the self-aware middle finger to the man style of Nouvelle, aka French New Wave. The screenplay should really just be called the scenario, or the initial spark, as much of the movie ended up improvised.
On couche ensemble ce soir?
Je ne sais pas.
Pourquoi? Tu crois bien avec moi?
Si, c'est bien.
That said, the story credit did go to Francois Truffaut, another heavyweight of the French New Wave. 400 blows? Anyone? Bueller? The overall production was a realization of an artist's vision, rather than any sort of meticulous planning. Godard shot all over the streets of Paris, making up the script along the way. The final film was uncommonly fast-paced and disjointed. A tireless jazz score constantly changes, so you never know what's coming next. Choppy jump cutting was simply a result of needing to cut the film down and speed up the dialogue pacing, but it ended up establishing an unprecedented editing technique that now seems so standard you'll barely even notice. Cinematographer Raoul Coulthard's handheld techniques have since become a staple in guerrilla filmmaking. So if you watch a lot of documentaries, reality TV, or YouTube videos, you have Breathless to thank. Godard described Breathless as a documentary about its stars. Michelle is a Humphrey Bogart type. He's mysterious, handsome, and bad for the sake of it, while Patricia is idealistic, aloof, and unavailable. They're just so cool. The audience lives vicariously through them, traipsing around the streets of Paris, smoking their rolled cigarettes, and donning stripes, fedoras, and trendy sunglasses. They're the cool kids in high school that you know have no real future, but their nonchalant, do-what-they-want lifestyles is so incredibly alluring. I rewatched this movie a lot and just wish that I was cooler.
Si je pouvais creuser un trou par terre pour que personne me verra, je le ferais.
Non, faut faire comme les éléphants. Quand ils sont malheureux, ou le contraire, ils partent. They vanish.
Many critics couldn't understand what Godard was even doing, given his fast and loose approach to production. I mean, who could blame them? Then there were the rumors that Breathless was going to be the worst film of the year. I mean, there's a 25-minute bedroom scene where like nothing happens at all, so I totally get it. Godard's response to criticism was simply, quote, "Why do I need a story? I don't make films, I make cinema." It's easy to have a love-hate relationship with this movie because its brilliance is recognizable, but it's just so incredibly obnoxious.
Pourquoi tu es venu ici, Michel?
Moi? Parce que j'ai envie de recoucher avec toi.
Breathless sets up the notion of setting up the notion of acknowledging the rules in order to break them. A filmmaking paradigm that still exists today, almost 55 years later. The film story is all about stepping over the boundaries, and the cinematic techniques of the film itself arguably strive to break every rule in the book.
Un homme qui trahit ou d'un homme qui abandonne? La femme qui trahit.
On my application to film summer camp at 16, I said that Breathless was my favorite movie. Then, by 18, I realized what a pretentious film snob I sounded like while idolizing rebellious characters with no concept of the world around them. Yet, now I'm back to openly loving this film. I realize that every once in a while, it's fun to pontificate about nothingness and get lost in a world where we question our own relationship to the rules. If you're a French New Wave newbie, Breathless is a great film to start with, as it's a commentary that rejects the traditional, well-made French cinema. And the New Wave was born out of film critics like Godard taking on the director's mantle. There are so many great films to check out. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite French New Wave films are and what you think of Breathless. Subscribe to CineFix for more What to Watch every Thursday. Follow me on Insta at MacWall and hashtag WhatToWatchBud to suggest more movies. What's something French? They do that a lot. French New Wave dance party. What?